Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to GRS, where today we are going to be racing in Jeddah. So, this is one of the tracks that was added to the game partway through, but we are going to be racing here today. And I'm hoping it's going to be interesting. I've never commentated a league race at Jeddah, so I'm hoping it's going to be good. But only time will tell, as well. We have a grid of 18 drivers here today for this race, as Adam has managed to rejoin. Nice. Okay, so we have drivers mostly going for softs here at the start, as who is at the front? I think it was actually George who I was on board with. Right, so we'll stay on board with George when he gets around to doing his lap, and well, we'll give you a pretty much tour of the circuit like we always do, and hopefully he survives. Well, when you're pushing flat out at Jeddah, it's so easy to creep a little mistake, and all of a sudden, with how tight the circuit is, you're in a wall, and well, yeah, that's not fun. So, I'm on board with George here for the first lap of the session, taking a wide line to start the lap, as he wants to get as much speed as he can into the car, and then sends it in the first few corners, and then through sector 1 here, which is a sequence of high speed left and right turns, very tricky. And George is taking this nice and cautiously for his first lap, which is what I would have expected, as well, it's probably important to get a banker in, as a lot of people might actually crash on their 8th lap, and as I say that, I see a Haas, and I think is there another car in there as well? I don't know, I think it's just a Haas actually, it's just the 8 line being strange, but yeah, as I was saying, the Haas is into the wall, unfortunately, unless that is a Haas letting people through, I don't know. So, this lap's flying by. George is now in sector 2, and apparently the audio's stream current bit rate is 0. My mic is working. My mic should be working. I don't know what the thing's on about to me. Just give me a moment. Then I'll let you know if everything's okay, because stream's being weird. Nice. Okay. So, George did a 29.3 for his banker lap here, which is a decent time for a banker, as we have quite a lot of guys coming to the line now. Jeddah does a 29 flat on mediums, and he's been one of the quicker drivers all season, so I'm, to be fair, not surprised to see that, and thank you, Richard, for confirming that you can hear me. Appreciate that as well. Slightly annoying when the stream's telling me I've got like some weird same bug. Anyway, seems like a lot of people here have actually invalidated on their first runs, as we have the likes of Matthias going for another run, as I need to quickly check Discord. Okay, that's just Richard again. Okay, that's fine. Right. So, on board with Matthias. Actually, we'll swap over to see who's actually finishing off a lap up here. Maybe one of the Ferraris. No, it's just everyone on their 8 laps in the final sector, it seems. So, we'll actually jump on board here with Jordi Vogt. I'm hoping I've got that pronunciation right. One of our new reserve drivers for this race in the Aston Martin. So I'm interested to see how he does, as he actually is going into the pit lane, so maybe not enough fuel to get back round, as Matthias goes quickest with a 27.8 here, which is a very nice time by the McLaren, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that. As we see the Alpine of Robertson here in the final sector, but he seems to be going slow, so he may have just backed off and is going to the pits, I'd assume. As we have a few cars in sector 3, again just starting the laps. Actually we have Freddie Ellis here, who on mediums is on his run. As he's got the other Freddie in front of him, just starting his lap. And that is a 29.0 for Frederick there. And that's a nice time for the Ferrari, currently putting him third. As surprisingly no one has retired from the session yet. I thought we might see that today, but everyone's managing to actually just get around the track in one piece and get a banker in, as Jacob goes up to second with a 28 flat, and Danik does a 29.5 in the Ferrari. So, we'll stay on board with the other Freddie, Freddie Binnington, and we'll see how he can do here. Driving a Mercedes today, being one of our reserve drivers, filling in for Owen, who couldn't make it today. So, watching him through sector 2 here, and it's a purple sector 2 actually, it says. So it looks like a tidy lap from the Mercedes, and he's got it all wrong there, unfortunately, and just a bit of oversteer it looked to. That completely sent his car, unfortunately. I don't know if he picked up damage from that, but I'm assuming so. And yeah, his front right end plates actually come off, even though I'm pretty sure he hit the left side of the wall. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense. But it is this game, so, I mean, are you really surprised? Anyways, we have Richard here on a lap. And let's see what Richard can do. As Ferrari of Frederick just moving out of the way for him there, as Richard's coming up now to finish his lap, and it looks like it's going to be a 1:32.3, so 1.4 seconds off of Adam at the moment, but there could be quite a lot of time to find in that lap, as Richard this season, not always the best in qualifying, but if you put him in a race, he can, as we saw him back at the start until he unfortunately retired, he had a very quick start and managed to get himself all the way up to 8th in that race. Anyways, we swapped to George, who unfortunately was just invalidated there, and unfortunately was a 10th down anyways. Mitch, who was also on a lap, has invalidated as well. But we do have the Aston Martin of Geordie here, who will be looking to get a banker in, as he just about keeps it in track limit on the exit of sector 1, and that is a purple sector 1, the game's saying. Obviously take that with a pinch of salt knowing this game. On the banker, as he had to let off the throttle a bit there on exit to avoid the wall. Unfortunately for the Aston Martin, no harm caused us. Again, a bit of contact with the wall, but he's managed to keep it going. And other than a slight mistake here or there, it doesn't look like too bad of a lap, and that's a 59.2 in the middle sector. Actually got very close to the inside wall there, and here comes barreling down through sector 3. What is this lap time going to be for the Aston Martin? As he comes round the final corner, and now up to the line. It looks like it's going to be a 1:29, and it's a 1:29.2, which puts him into P5. But not a bad lap. As the other Aston Martin of Alex Griffin here is in the final sector and hasn't invalidated. So we'll see how he can do. As very nice line through that final corner, taking it tight to the line, and this looks like it could be a great lap. And he's a 28 flat, which puts him second, actually. That's very good from the Aston Martin there. And a lap I think he'll be quite happy with. As this is his first race here as well. And already off to a good start for the reserve driver. As Owen, who was on a lap, has invalidated, but is getting prepared for another run here. His teammate Mitch has done a better lap and is currently P11 with a 29.8. As George, unfortunately, has also invalidated his lap. And I think Geordie's on an in lap, so he won't be improving. For someone who might be on a lap, oh my voice cracked then, is Adam. As I say that, Matthias betters his own time and goes to a 27.3, which is a nice time by the McLaren driver. As Adam here trying to get a bit of slipstream off the Aston Martin, who was going to the pits, and it's a 28.7, which puts him into 5th at the moment. So yeah, everyone managing to get some decent times in here. We have Freddie Binnington in the Mercedes, who will be next to the line. And it looks like it's going to be a 28, and it's a 28.7, which puts him up into P7. As we also have the likes of Nathan on a lap, and Danek as well. If we look at people further on in the lap, I see an Alpha Tauri there. Here's at Mitch again, and he's 4 tenths up on his time actually. Well, he doesn't have any fuel, so I think he's going to be coming to the pits, but at least he knows for his final run out that he can improve. Just like Nathan set a purple middle sector here with a 58.4, and I'm pretty sure that actually could be purple, as most people who've been in the low to mid 128s have been doing low to mid 59s in the middle sector. So let's see what the Williams driver can do here as he keeps it quite tight against the wall through the final sector. It looks like he's actually going back-to-back runs. It's a 28 flat, which puts him 3rd at the moment, with the exact same time as Jacob in the Mercedes. And it looks like Adam here has had a bit of a moment, but luckily he isn't out of the session. So everyone's managing to survive here. So that's a good sign, as we have Owen on a lap as he runs very wide and has to cut the corner, and that's going to invalidate him again, unfortunately. We have Dinand here, who's 2.5 tenths up in his first sector. So let's see if the Haas can do anything. As unfortunately, you can see the front right end plate flying off there, and he has hit into the wall. Again, this track just being very punishing for the slightest of mistakes. So we have a few people on a lap like Jeddah, but Jeddah has invalidated. So we'll swap over to Owen maybe. Is he on the lap? No, he's going to the pits. Deanhan just trying to get it around the track and not in a wall at the moment. And I remember Nathan was on back-to-back runs, but he's not improving either. So we'll stand up with George, who's a 10th up in the first sector. Currently actually sitting in tactical pole position, being 11th place. So I think he'll be quite happy to be where he currently is. As let's take a look on board with the Alpine driver. He is 2.5 tenths up, as apologies again. And just check something. Apparently something is happening So if I just swap back over. As apologies for this, a few things here as we are just checking something. Apologies for this, we are missing the end of quali. Apologies, as we have most people on their final runs here now, so I apologise for potential issues, as we have had Jacob and Frederick retire from the session, which I have not caught, unfortunately. Apologies for having to check a few things here and there, but everything seems to be okay. As we have some cars in the final sector, I'm going to try catch if any of those are on a lap. Maybe Jelly. No, he's 1.2 seconds down, so he's going to have to go for one more run on these set of soft tyres. As we have Danek, who's also on a lap, slightly improving, and unfortunately in the final sector loses a bit of time, so does not improve. We have Nathan, who was starting his lap, and alongside Adam as well. After them we have Kyle starting his lap, and then I can't tell, that's an Alpine I think, of Robertson, who is currently P6. I don't know if that was improvement or not, I didn't catch that. As the flag is now 8, so this will be the final run as Robertson does retire from the session, so maybe a mistake somewhere for him. As Alex returns to the pit lane, currently sits second. So we'll see if that's going to change for him. Nathan has invalidated, so he won't be improving on his run. Cole has retired from the session. As Jelly here into the middle sector split is a second up on his time. As he has a Haas who will hopefully move, and just about gets out of the way there. I don't think that will have cost him any time, as Adam behind is invalidated, so we'll stay on board with Jelly. As Owen Hitchin does not manage to get a lap in at all, unfortunately for him. So let's see what Jelly can do. Up to the line, and it's a 27.3 and does take pole, but Matthias right behind on a lap. Let's see if he can manage to improve on his own time and potentially take that back. And it's a 27.2, so Matthias is going to be on pole. And everyone else has either, well, has invalidated actually, so yeah. That was, well, an interesting qualifying to say the least. So that is going to be the grid for today's race, as Nathan retires while going into the pits. And yeah, so Matthias is on pole today with a very nice lap from the McLaren driver. Had just beaten out Jetty by about a tenth, well, half a tenth even. As Alex Griffin on his first race gets third, Nathan in fourth, and Jacob at the same time in fifth. Robertson will start sixth, Adam seventh, Freddie Billington eighth, George Norton ninth, Frederick Ellis in 10th, Geordie Vogt 11th, Alfie Harvey 12th, Carmack 13th, Danik 14th, Mitch 15th, Van Workham 16th, Richard 17th, and in 18th it was Owen who didn't manage to get a lap. So, after qualifying, interested to hear anyone in the chat what they think is going to happen this race. If you do have any predictions, then please feel free to leave them in the chat and I will take a look through them. As we're going to have 25 laps of this race ahead of us, and hopefully it'll be interesting. As I've been looking forward to seeing some racing action at Jeddah in our league, and hopefully it's not, well, pure chaos. I mean, if it is, then I'm not going to mind too much also, but for the driver's sake, yeah, we hope it isn't just everyone crashing out constantly and, well, potentially hitting the safety car limit. So, take a look at everyone's tyres. Everyone outside the top 10 has gone mediums. Obviously, Frederick did his best lap in 10th on mediums, with Richard then in 17th opting to go for the softs here. So, we'll be interested to see how he can do on the soft tyres. As I'm also interested to see how Matthias can do, as I don't think he's had a pole position yet, as he's had quite a few unfortunate races, unfortunately, in the McLaren, but maybe today is his day at Jeddah, as he's right on pace with Jeddah, who is leading the championship at the moment, with Levi not racing today. He could look to extend his lead a lot further. However, Nathan, who's not fully out of the championship battle yet, could fight with Jelly, as he's going to need to try and beat the Red Bull if he wants to regain some ground. But only time will tell what will happen in the race, as well, 18 drivers, so it's going to be chaos no matter what. As I've just seen in chat, Richard was not paying attention, so he's on softs. I mean, to be fair, I don't think the starting tyre really matters. I'm guessing there's going to be a safety car within about 2 or 3 laps anyways. So, as we have everyone pulling up to the grid, and Mitch and Van Workham have been disqualified from the formation lap. Luckily, he was right at the end, so that's not going to completely ruin them. As we'll hide the UI in a second, and it's literally the same camera angle for every car. Nice. Okay, so well, this is what we're going with then, as just Owen left to pull up to the grid, and then we will get ready to race here in Jeddah. So the lights are coming on there. We don't need your predicted strategy, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out here in Jeddah for round number 10 of GRS, as it looks like a poor start for the Red Bull of Jelly, as it's going to be 3 wide into turn 1 with Alex, Nathan and Jelly, and he's getting bogged down all the way down to 5th off the start, as Matthias has had a great launch and got away very quickly, as Nathan runs very deep behind there and makes a bit of a mistake, as Robertson here looking to go up his inside, and it's a good move from the Alpine, but has to run a bit wide in the process, as Matthias is already flying away with Alex managing to get a good gap as well. And there's some more fighting behind as Jacob looks to potentially have damage here as he's losing quite a few places, but I don't think he has any visual damage on his front wing, as Alfie was looking to make a move on him there. And it looks like a good start for the Aston Martin of Geordie, who is in 9th, but made a bit of contact with the wall there. Luckily his front end plate is still on, I think. Yep. And all the chaos happening at the back here as Danik manages to get himself up into 12th there ahead of Alfie. And as they all come into sector 2 here, Geordie makes a big mistake, and that's going to lay Jacob to fight this one as there's yellow flags at the back, and that's Carl Mack in the McLaren. Luckily he's managed to keep it going as Geordie here on the back of Jacob, but not looking to make a move. And also another fight is Nathan and Jelly, as Nathan using his battery here to catch up to the back of the Alpine of Robertson, as he's going to go around the outside on the straight, and the Alpine's going to slot in behind and actually go for the dive into turn 1. It goes a bit deep as we have Owen and Alfie in the pit lane, presumably with damage, as Nathan, Alistair Robertson, and then the 2 Red Bulls behind, all fighting quite aggressively off the start here, as Matthias has got a great lead at the front of 2 seconds, so he's absolutely flying around the streets of Jeddah. So these guys are fighting very heavily, and behind we have a fight between the Mercedes as Jacobs managed to get himself into 8th. And it also looks like Geordie's ran right behind as Mitch and Danik are looking to fight over 11th place, as Mitch is going to go on the outside and actually manages to get that move done. So a good move from the AlphaTauri, as Geordie looks potentially to have damage, I think. And yeah, his entire front wing's gone, as Jetty's also got past Nathan, and Adam's now right on the back as well. And he's not going to send anything ridiculous. But yeah, not a start Jetty would have wanted, as he's now going to go for the move on the Alpine of Robertson. And Nathan's going to try follow him as well. This could be 3 wide into the final corner. Nathan's going to try on the outside, and it's going to be really close between them. There's contact, and Jetty's into the wall, and that's his front wing off as all got pinched. George Norton's into the barrier 8 at the final corner. I've just seen that in the background, and everyone's having to fly into the pits, and that's a VSC. And it's been upgraded to a full safety car here, actually. And oh my, the amount of chaos that just occurred in the past like 2 or 3 seconds there is unreal. As Richard gets a penalty for speeding into the pits, Mitch nearly gets taken out by the safety car. And well, that would have been not very good for him. As well, Nathan and Jelly, I'm not sure how they're going to feel about that incident as well. They had Alistair, who maybe not have known that Nathan was actually going around the outside and making that 3 wide, as they all just sort of came together, and well, it wasn't exactly going to end well, going 3 wide at Jeddah, but yeah, they'll have to learn on from that, and I'm interested to see whether or not Matthias has pit as, what do you mean good move, he has front wing damage from brake jet. I didn't actually see that on his car at the time, so I thought it was a good move. Obviously not able to catch everything because the replay cameras on this game, yeah, they're not great. Interested to see if Matthias is pitting, and he's not. As Alex also fakes the pit lane. Robertson didn't want to go in. Adam's not going in, but Jacob is in the Mercedes. And well, the guys on medium tyres, well, yeah, they're going to stay out. As everyone else at the back is on fresh tyres as well, so that one's going to be interesting. As Jelly and Nathan are side by side on the safety car, clearly want to continue the race they are having. There's some confusion even further back, is what the hell is going on back here? I don't know what's going on. It's like everyone's being told to let each other through, And Owen's gone through and gone to the pits anyway, alongside with Geordie and Richard, so something's happened back here. Jeddah has a penalty. I'll check how much that is. It's in detail like them. Right, so that's 3 seconds, so that's for corner cutting, and then Owen and Richard presumably just serving their penalties, which is smart to be fair. So, looking at the position changes, we have Van Workham and Mitch up 9, Frederick up 5 in the Ferrari, and the guys who have lost the most places being Nathan and Jeddah after, well, we saw the contact that happened, and yeah, sort of makes sense why they lost quite a lot of places there. Oh, and Nathan choosing AI under safety car, which is great considering it's absolutely broken the game at the moment, so hopefully that didn't cause issues. What is that? Hey, can he back up so much with a penalty? I don't know. I saw that at the final corner. I'm so confused what was going on. Luckily, if there is any like dodgy shenanigans going on, we can apply penalties after the race. If like someone was doing that purposefully, and well, people report it, then we can obviously apply penalties where it is needed. So, especially with Jeddah being well, quite a track where a lot of incidents are likely to occur. Yeah, the incidents may be used quite a bit after this, as well. To be fair, we haven't actually looked too much at the front here, as Matthias and Alex have actually had a great start in the McLaren and Aston Martin respectively, and they've sort of just drove off at the front, with Matthias having a great start, so the McLaren driver is going to be quite comfortable with this track, and currently will lead the race off the restart, and has quite a big gap to the people who were close to him during qualifying. Something else is going on here with Frederick and Mitch, and this game's just causing all sorts of weird things right now, as everyone has caught up now. Richard joins the back of the pack, so I assume the safety car will go in this lap, and well, that will be good to see as we actually get some nice camera shots, to be fair, up to an angle I've never seen before. And well, it didn't take too long for our first safety car, with the game being limited to 4 normally, but sometimes the lobbies allow 5, I don't know. Codemaster's been weird again, but yeah, I think this could be interesting off this restart to see how everything's going to go. As well, we have quite a big mix of strategies up and down the grid, and surprisingly, out of all of that off the start, only one driver has retired from the race, as the safety car is in this lap, so Matthias is going to back the grid up. He's actually going quite quickly here, to be fair. Maybe wanted to get the restart going a bit quicker. Luckily, he's just giving a bit of gap to the safety car, as everyone bunches up behind him. And he waits for him to go, and he's gone, but he stopped again. You can't do that. And that's caused contact, and Adams crashed into the back, and that's not a safe restart. I don't think Adam's going to be too pleased with that, as he'll come barreling down towards turn 1. And there's going to be a little bit of contact, it looks there, between Alex and Alistair, as there's yellow flags at the back. Someone's off, and I think it's Van Workham in the Haas. And it also looks like he's made contact with Richard. He's been put into a wall there for Richard, as I'm not sure what's going back there. As Adam losing all sorts of places here, and he's literally holding everyone up, as he's gone off track and pretty much still completely blocked Nathan, as everyone's just trying to get past Adam here, as he's left the inside open. There's big contact between Jelly and Nathan, and they're gone again. That's twice this race that they've made contact with each other, and there's also Frederick gone there. And these guys are struggling to keep it clean here in Jeddah. I'm not sure what's going on between them. As Danik here defending from Freddy, who's on soft tyres off the restart, so will probably be a bit quicker for now, but realistically mediums can almost do a whole race distance, so Danik could probably make it quite far. As Freddy is also now trying to make a move around the outside of Alfie, as again all sorts of chaos off the restart again. As Freddy's going to look to the inside of Alfie here, and there's been contact again, and everything's kicking off in this race. No one's managing to keep it on track at the moment. This is something unlike what we've seen before. It's normally not this crazy with the incidents, but oh my, there could be some serious reports after this race. There's Geordie, who was like almost last after the restarts, now 8th. And Van Werken, who literally got spun turn 1, is 9th. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, everything's kicking off as Alex picks up a 3-second time penalty. Currently fighting with Alistair, so, you know, hopefully this one's a bit more of a civil battle between them. As the Alpine looks to be keeping up quite well to the Aston Martin. As behind we have another Aston Martin of Geordie, who on their soft tyres is looking very quick actually, and on the back of Jacob and Danik, and looking to make a move with these guys stuck behind Alfie, who's gone off track and probably got a warning, and Danik's followed him unfortunately, but Danik's now going on the attack as Alfie moves across there a bit aggressively, almost taking out Danik's front wing again, which would have been unfortunate for the Ferrari. As the Ferrari driver here is looking very quick on the back, and Geordie's also on the back of Jacob, and Geordie's going to try on the inside of Jacob here. As that's how you go side by side through the final corner with both examples there, unlike what we've just seen the lap before. And as I say, that Robertson's also got past, but back to this fight. We've got a good 4-way battle over 5th here. Danik's going to look to the inside and manages to hang it in there. And on the outside line actually gets the move, and there you go. That's how you can actually race at Jeddah. Nice driving there from Danik to get himself to 5th. And these guys are starting to form a little bit of a DRS train here. As Jacob going for a very audacious move on Alfie, and has made it work, but probably had to pick up a warning in the process. But it's an interesting effort to make a move as Jeddah here, after multiple bits of contact this race, is now on his way into this battle and takes P9 currently, as Alfie and Geordie getting very close there, and Jeddah's just going to swoop in and try to take these places, as they're going to go 3 wide again on a straight, as Jeddah's going to go very close with Alfie, and these guys banging wheels all over the place here, as Jeddah manages to get to 8th. He's now going to look on the outside, but not close enough to get that particular move done. As further up we have a battle between Gocha and Danik. As Jacob's just going to look to the outside here at the final corner and manages to get the move done. With a nice overtake there from the Mercedes, but Danik's going to have DRS to fight this one back, so we'll see if he'll be able to do that as he's gaining towards turn 1, and again looking to be a nice move up the inside, as Jacob's going to continue to fight this one, and Jeddah's all over the back of this, trying to get involved, and some nice battle in between those two there, which is nice to see in this race at the moment. As Jeddah here looking very quick on the back of Danik and really wanting to get this move done. As in the DRS he's going to get close to the Ferrari, but not quite close enough for a move, as Danik's just defending at the moment, as looks like Alfie's struggling. Has he picked up damage? I think that was a front end plate gone for the Haas, and it is, so Unfortunately for the Haas, he has picked up a bit of damage there, and well, it's not his race over with what we've seen so far, as Jeddah getting close to Danik, but Danik is going to still have DRS as these yellow flags, and that looks to be for Owen in the AlphaTauri, who looks to have spun at the, well, it's sort of like Spoon in Japan, except for not like a double braking point, it's sort of just one sweeping corner. As these lot have caught onto the back of Mitch, who's going to go into the pit lane actually, as Jeddah's going to absolutely fly past here on those soft tyres, which will be still in a good working range at the moment, but in like 4 or 5 laps, he'll probably pit. As the Red Bull driver has recovered to 3rd at the moment, as another fight is Geordie versus Freddie here, as the Mercedes is absolutely flying through Sector 1, and currently sits 6th with no penalties, and has almost caught onto the back of Danik and Jacob here. So, could be another smaller DRS strain forming, as Mitch has gone for hard tyres. Probably will go to the end there. So, if he doesn't have to make another pit stop, I think he'll be quite happy to just be where he currently is, as Nathan behind. Not been a good race for him. A lot of contact he's been involved in, and a lot of incidents, as the same could be said for quite a few people here, as Freddie here on the soft tyres on the back of Danik. He's probably feared in. Bit slower still on those mediums, but he's actually got a lot of straight line speed here, so his setup's working well to keep the Mercedes behind. And also having DRS on the other Mercedes of Jacob's probably a benefit here, as Freddie's very close to the back here, but he's going to have DRS. However, Jacob moves out the way to go to the pits actually, so maybe a strategy change from the Mercedes, or maybe he picked up damage, but nevertheless it's going to leave these two to fight, as Freddie's going to potentially look for a move, but just stays put behind the Ferrari for now, as Nathan has managed to get past Mitch. Obviously Mitch being on the hard tyres isn't going to help him at the moment. And Freddie's all over the back of the Ferrari here, and the Ferrari's got the RS very close, and he's going to go to the inside. And it looks like he's managed to get that move done, and he's going to be up into 4th place. The soft tyres providing some good grip there, but Danik's not going to give this one up, and it's been nice to see after the restart most of the battles he's been involved in having did actually quite nicely with some good battling, and he's going to try get back past Freddie here. Runs a bit deep, but DRS is going to help him catch back up, and he'll be able to have a go on the main straight probably. As Matthias has picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pits actually, which maybe not what he wanted while leading the race, but he had a 4.2 second gap, so without a safety car, which I don't know how likely that is, but yeah, without one he'd be fine, but I'm not sure that's going to happen, as Alex has also pitted, so mimicking the strategy of Matthias, who's going to come out right in this fight and squeeze his out there just about. And Matthias is now going to get held up a little bit in this traffic. That's going to allow Alex to catch to the back of him, who had a little bit of a moment there with the tyres being quite cold. Well, luckily Sector 1 here at Jeddah is a great way to get them up to temperature, as it's left, right, and they'll absolutely be screaming after Sector 1. But luckily the rest of the track isn't as harsh on the turning, as Freddie trying to go for a bit of a cheeky move and has caught himself on the curb there and resets right in the path of Geordie. As the Aston Martin of Alex is also through, but I think he has damage. No, he doesn't have to pit in. Okay, that was just what the Aston Martin looked like, blending into the floor. So, luckily for Freddie, he does not have damage, just probably some overheating on his tyres after the spin, but it's not going to cause him too much harm, I wouldn't think. He's just having a look for something going on as well. It's got a bit quieter, definitely. I do think we could be seeing some battles soon. Alex here closing up onto the back of Geordie. He's teammate for today's races. He actually jumps into the pit, so there goes all the chances of that battle. But I think Alex will be quite happy with that, meaning one less car for him to overtake. It's just on board with Jelly, who, well, he's just having a bit of a calmer race after what's happened to him so far. I think he'll just be happy to be in the lead, and we'll make the most of it on the soft tyres. But soon enough he will have to pit. Well, he hasn't used the medium tyres yet, so I'd think he'll probably go this or next lap. But we'll just have to see, as Nathan here has cut onto the back of Adam. Same with Alex to the back of Danik. Danik has been on those tyres for quite a while now, so doing quite well as there's been a retirement of Robertson. I'm trying to see what's happened there. Wasn't quite able to catch it. So we'll go on board with Kyle, and it looks like he's just completely... Well, his car was backwards, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Van Workham's nearly gone as well, fighting with Kyle. And Alex has managed to get past Danik, but Danik's going to have DRS for the next straight to fight this one back. I wouldn't put it past him to try, but Alex has got so much more grip, and Danik actually does come to the pits now, so probably just going to stick on another set of mediums and go to the end as there's yellow flags, presumably for Van Workham. Because unfortunately for the Alpines, as both of them out the race here, as Freddie Biddington has pitted and is getting a new front wing, and Nathan has managed to get past Adam, and that puts him up into 4th. And Nathan doesn't actually have to pit again. And Jeddah does, but Jeddah will come out in front of him anyway and have fresher tyres, so I think Jeddah's going to be quite happy being in the lead, potentially waiting for a safety car. If a safety car had just come, pardon me, if a safety car had come then for him, that would have been ideal. But then again, it would have put him right next to Nathan again, so I don't know if he's going to class that as ideal at this rate, but yeah. So, on board with Adam, just seeing if he's going to keep up to the Williams of Nathan. Both on similar age tyres. Adam's deploying the about 12% battery he has. He might get DRS here actually. Depends on his exit of this corner. So there's yellow flags and it's a Ferrari. And unfortunately that looks like Danik, who not having to pit again where others might have. That's unfortunate for him. As Jelly does decide to pit now for the medium tyres. So he's going to be taking those for 10 laps to the end. And he's going to come out in complete clean air in 3rd. So I think now the last thing he'll be wanting is a safety car. So I think he'll be quite happy to be 3rd. Being on those fresher tyres, slightly fresher than Alex and Matthias. Be interesting to see how they work for him as Frederick gets past Mitch up into 7th place here, as Jacob goes for his presumably final pit stop for softs, as he can take those to the end from here. As Danik unfortunately has had to pit with the damage as well. Mitch here not losing too much time to Frederick actually. Those hard tyres not obviously providing the greatest of grip, but I think he's just happy to be sitting P8 with quite a calm race for him so far, compared to others who've had absolute carnage. As Owen manages to get past Alfie and take 10th place. As Alfie using the wall there on the exit of that corner. Not sure that's the exact line you want to take, but whatever works, works, I guess. Just looking how close Matthias is to lapping one of the Haas cars there. Of Dean and who's had to hit it quite a few times with some unfortunate collisions and, well, other stuff like that throughout the race for him. As I think maybe a few of these guys might just be hoping for a safety car. And, well, with the closest gap being 1.5 seconds between Mitch and Freddie, which is just gaining and gaining. I don't think we're going to see one soon as well. Actually, Jeddy's caught up to the back of Alex here. And, well, this could be interesting. As the Red Bull's going very fast on those fresh mediums. And has almost caught the Aston Martin here. Being within DRS range now. But Alex has a lot of battery to defend this one with, so we'll see how easy Jeddy thinks the overtake's going to be compared to how much it is, as Alex looked to make a big mistake through there, and now Jeddy's just going to go on the attack and try get this move done as quick as he can, as the Aston Martin will now have DRS for the next straight. And Jeddy getting a great run on those fresh mediums, and he might actually look to have defended this one as he sets the fastest lap of the race. As we also have Freddie Billington, who's caught up to the back of Mitch, and Jacob, who's managed to get past Alfie, who's got no front wing. There's Freddie here, closing in on the AlphaTauri driver with DRS and a bit of battery left, but Mitch has quite a lot to defend with, so we'll see, is the Mercedes going to go for a dive into turn 1, chooses to stay behind for now. As Mitch has a bit of oversteer on exit, and that's going to allow the Mercedes to get close. He thought about diving it up the inside, but again just choosing to stay behind and play it patient, which is probably the play in the smartest thing to do as Alfie's retired, but that is in the pits. There's Freddie here, having to slightly go off track to avoid Mitch there, as Mitch seems to be struggling during sector 1, and the Mercedes is going to try up the inside of the AlphaTauri, and he's going to get that move done. I don't think Mitch is going to be done fighting this one, especially with the fact that he might be able to catch up to some people who have, well, a little older tyres in front. As Matthias here is probably loving life at the front, as Dino moves out the way for him and has now unfortunately been lapped in this race. As Mitch now has DRS on the Mercedes, but doesn't seem to be getting too close, maybe waiting to deploy battery on the next straight, or he might just want to sit behind the Mercedes for now. He's not a bad exit, but unfortunately from not gaining too much on the previous straight, I don't think it's going to be enough for a move, but he's actually gaining. I don't think he's going to quite be close enough as the AlphaTauri having quite a nice race for himself, as we have Freddie Ellis here looking to get past the Aston Martin of Geordie, who's actually on a lot fresher tyres than Freddie is, but we'll see how this one's going to end. The Ferrari gets up the inside, and Danik has retired from the session, and that's a safety car. I'm interested to see what's happened here, as it looks like the Ferrari has, I don't even know. Sometimes I can't even explain what's happened, as Matthias goes to the pits. I'm interested to see what Jeddy's going to do here, as he's going to stay out. No, he's going to come to the pits. So, this is going to be essentially a sprint race at the end again. And it's going to cause absolute chaos, I'm sure. Everyone's going to bolt on a set of softs, apart from Matthias, actually, who's put on mediums, so I'm not sure if that's a mistake on his part, or he didn't have a fresh set of softs, but I'm not sure how the mediums are going to fare up in this particular equation. As Adam puts on softs, Frederick puts on softs, Nathan does, Geordie gets a new front wing as well. Freddie Binnington also goes for mediums. Mitch goes for softs. As we'll look here, Owen and Jacob, what they're going to do. Jacob's pit crew have just ran out at the speed of light, that's what they're doing. And they're both going for softs with just Richard, Kyle and Dinand left. Dinand unfortunately chose to pit as well, and well, he's going to have to sit a lap down as Kyle and Richard come to the pit lane. And well, this could be interesting as Freddie Binnington picks up 3 seconds under safety car, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But yeah, we have 6 laps essentially of just flat out racing, and I can't lie, I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but yeah, it could be quite interesting. As I'm not sure what's going on with the Haas. It seems like he's having some form of issue, maybe. Whatever he's using to steer just doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if it looks like he's almost on a keyboard here. I can't explain what I'm currently watching at all. I'm hoping he just goes to the pits and retires it. As I'm so confused what's going on with the Haas driver here. As he stayed out. Oh no, hopefully this isn't causing any issues. He doesn't have a front wing. Is he on AI mode? No, he's not. Oh my, okay, well this isn't good. And he's definitely dangerous driving under safety car. He's almost gone back into the back of the McLaren, and I'm hoping Jeddah just be very cautious here. I'm not clear what's going on, but I'm just gonna relieve my stress and, you know, let's watch Richard. How's Richard doing? Just nice to watch the Williams drive, you know, just drive around the track. With no worries in the world. As he's gonna have, you know, just a few laps of nice driving. All the carnage will happen in front of him. If anything, he can just sit back, not really fight anyone, and probably pick up points there, I wouldn't be surprised. As Richard just seems to be having a nice leisurely drive here under the safety car, you know. Not overburning his tyres, but, you know, driving at a pace where he can catch up, and well, that's going to allow us to get back underway, and I'm absolutely terrified of what's going on with this Haas, who doesn't have a front wing. Yeah, we're just gonna stick to Richard. Richard's bringing me into a state of peace and tranquility watching this at the back. Well, I'm gonna swap back to the front for a restart in a minute. This could I don't even know what this could be. But I am so confused what's going on with this Haas driver. Well, I'm just gonna spectate. Oh, spectate Nathan. Why not? He's gonna be right in the mix of this, with whatever is going on here. And well, here we go. The race will now be restarting because Jelly's almost been put in a wall by that Haas, and Matthias has gone. I think Matthias is waiting up for everyone as something's going on, and well, this Haas, luckily he's ghosting now. But yeah, I'm not a clue what was going on there, as the Haas has completely binned it at turn 1, and there's been contact, and Adam and Alex, and that's going to be Adam into a wall with front wing damage, and Alex has almost rejoined, and it was quite a quiet first race for the Aston Martin. It was ending in absolute chaos. Richard looks to have had contact. Van Werkham's in a wall. Mitch is unfortunately rained as well, and absolute chaos has happened off this restart. Matthias has got a 1 second lead, which he probably needs, being on those soft tyres. As, oh my, I've just seen Owens gone for an absolute dive at the inside of Freddie there. As all of a sudden he's come to life on this restart. He's absolutely flying up to 5th after he was 9th. Kyle's also had a decent restart, being near the back, and he's now 7th. As Jeddy's onto the back of Matthias here, and he's absolutely flying in the Red Bull. And he's probably trying to get as far away from Nathan as he can as well. Every time they've been near each other, it's not ended well. And Owen here going to look for a move on the outside of Freddie Binnington. As Mercedes is going to try and defend, but the AlphaTauri is absolutely flying and takes 4th place for now. But the Mercedes isn't going to give up fighting this one. As Owen moves across, Freddie Binnington's going to go to the outside. And he's going to try to stick this one in. And I don't think he's quite going to be able to hang it in any longer. And Owen manages to keep the position. As Matthias here has got Jelly behind. And Geordie, Adam and Richard have unfortunately had to pit with damage. I think Mitch will as well. As Freddie picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Jeddy here still not able to get past Matthias with 3 laps of this race to go. And Matthias is defending this one for as long as he can, as he knows if the Red Bull gets through, he's going to be able to gain a lot of time. So Matthias is going to be defending this one with all his life to make sure he wins this on the penalties as well. As I think it's just a matter of time before Jeddy gets faster. He's going on the attack now using his battery. And for the lead of the race, Jeddy's going to be forced to go on the outside of the McLaren. But Jeddy's going to try to squeeze up the inside actually, and into the final corner. He's managed to get that move. And now he's going to use all of his battery to try and get away, but Matthias isn't going to give up fighting this. As the DRS has now been enabled, so if Matthias can stick close through sector 1, then he's got all the chance of sticking with the Red Bull, but he's going to need to do that if he wants a chance here. As Owens now defending from both the Freddies, Freddie Binnington and Ellis. As he's who's done well off this restart as well. Matthias just about getting DRS there, and he's going to be happy to see that. As that's one less straight he has to worry about. And if he can keep it after this turn, he's got one turn and then just absolute straight of flat out driving. And he'll be hoping to keep it, but that cap has just creeped over a second. And Jeddy's using a lot of battery to try and keep it that way. And I'm not sure, I'm not going to take a look at the penalties, I don't want to spoil the result for myself either. But I think he does only have 3 seconds, so that's going to be close. We have Alex here trying to fight with Kyle. And I think he's just going to remain behind and take the advantage of the DRS. The Aston Martin literally pushing the McLaren here. As he's going to look on the outside of Kyle, and he is going to take another position in this race. Nathan here is actually catching Matthias. So could Nathan be on a late charge for 2nd here? Which would be interesting. As he's just picked up a 3-second penalty, as I've said that. And that's one way to curse someone. As Owen has gone to the pits, and I don't know why, honestly. Just even if you got damage, just stay out at this rate. Like, you're not going to lose that much time. You lose like a couple of attempts a lap as Kyle's just completely cut half the corner off. Okay, he's literally extending everywhere. I was going to say you're going to get a penalty here. But yeah. Nathan has caught up to the back of Matthias, who may almost just let Nathan through, just to have the DRS and hope Nathan has the pace to get up to Jeddah. Oh, well, not get up to him, but, you know, stick close to him. As Nathan's absolutely pushing the limits here. And now has DRS on the McLaren. As he's going to look to make a move. As there's yellow flags for an AlphaTauri. I think that's Owen. There's Nathan here right on the back of the McLaren. And using his battery to try and get even closer to potentially make a move. As Nathan's now up into second, but does have that 3-second penalty to worry about. And he's completely gone flying. I don't know what he's doing there. He's locked up and almost sent himself. And that's going to allow Matthias to fight back, but luckily for Nathan, he's kept that position, but now he's just got to keep it on the track as he's gone into a wall there as well, so he may even have damage now. As Matthias picks up 3 seconds. And on the final lap of the race, this is now a fight for position. As these two both have 3 seconds picked up within the last 2 laps. And now they're going to be more worried about fighting each other than whatever penalties Jeddah has, as he might only have 3 seconds. Obviously that's subject to change, but, you know. Yeah, we'll just have to see as Carl picks up 3 seconds. Adam's the only person without a penalty this race. Nathan's now got 6. He's managed to get another 3. He's bought them out of nowhere. And then Matthias is going to go for the move here. And he's going to go on the outside. As Nathan can't defend it. And as Jenny comes to the line to win on track after what the hell was that race? I don't even know. What's going to happen on penalties? Matthias finishes 9/10 behind Nathan in 3rd, but he's going to have that taken off him by Freddie Ellis, who gets a podium. Freddie Billington comes home in 5th, Alex Griffin in 6th, Jacob in 7th, Kyle 8th. Then we've got Owen, who's probably going to come home 9th, with after him Adam. And then the final 3 of Geordie, Richard and Mitch. Mitch is missing 5 from wing. All these sort of finish. We'll take a look who got the fastest lap, and it was Jeddah with a 28.9. He's just going to wait for Mitch to finish off his lap here. He's absolutely dying with this damage. And Nathan's been given 20 seconds, and it's easy, and he's just going to get removed because that's just a game being stupid. So he'll still finish P4, technically. We'll take it as whatever it was. I have the thing on stream I can take. And as Mitch comes to the line, that's going to round everything off, and I've got to get that. Oh no, I've got to get the incident report thing in. Oh, Mitch has crashed over the line. Lovely. So, what on earth was that? I don't even know. I'm not even giving. Driver of the day, myself. I was driver of the day. I wasn't even on track for having to watch whatever that was. No, in all seriousness, probably Jenny for fighting back. I mean, I don't know about the incidents. If it's going to keep the win, I'll have to review them. But yeah, words can't explain what I've just witnessed. So, oh my, this is bad. It just keeps going. Might as well just submit this as like an assignment. And you probably get full marks. Oh my god, these last 2 laps. Nathan's got on that 26, which will be removed those 20 seconds. But yeah. Well, time to read what people think of that absolute carnage. So, that is the end of this race. And we'd like to thank you all for watching. My voice is dead as well. I had like about 2 brief periods where there's no fight. Other than that, absolute carnage. Yeah. So, next week, where do we even race? I mean, Belgium. I think we're redoing Belgium. Oh, I don't know. Probably. Oh well. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you next week for the next round of GRS, where hopefully